Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you as always for watching. Number 23 now in the series, and if you remember last time out was talking about the blues and learning a blues riff to help my good friend Gary play a track that he had in mind that was going to play the blues in A minor. We have now recorded that track last week and it's available to watch. So this week, this video is going to be something a bit different. I think I've still got something to say about the development side of how I've been improving in things, but after that, Gary's kindly made the video available for me to upload onto my site as well. So that will be 23.1. And it's just us playing the track and then Gary's standard explanation of the guitar's specifications, capabilities, that kind of thing, which is what he always does when he's working on a guitar and when he uploads a video. Very interesting, really good channel. If you've not managed to catch it yet, I really would recommend you give him a watch, because he knows his stuff inside out, and very informative watch indeed for anyone that's interested in guitars. But let me tell you the story of this particular bass track. Gary has had a vision, as he does most afternoons, to be honest, where a long while ago, where he saw himself recording a track and he was going to get a bit Mike Oldfield-ish on it and play all the parts himself. He was going to do a basic drum riff because he can play the drums very well. He was going to record some keyboards because he can play basic keyboard stuff. He was obviously going to do the lead guitar part because he's a very good guitarist. And the final piece of the jigsaw was that he really wanted to have the tone of a very specific bass guitar on the track, which is called a Rickenbacker. Very famous American make of guitars. And he wanted the growl of a Rickenbacker on it, and he spent an awful long time trying to get hold of one, which is really the only reason why things have taken as long as they have to get to this point. But he did recently manage to acquire one, finally, a Rickenbacker 4003 in gloss black with a white scratch plate. Absolutely wonderful looking instrument it is too. And he very kindly a while back asked me if I'd be interested in playing on the track instead of him. I guess the original intention when he first had the idea was that he would have played the guitar, the bass part himself. And of course I more or less immediately said yes, please. That was what prompted me to start learning the blues stuff and getting some riffs in mind, which we practiced through last week and then recorded the track. So it's available for you to watch in the 23.1 video that's alongside of this one. Do please give it a go. We are quite happy with it, actually. It does sound rather good. But what for me, it also gave me a very good chance to talk about more progression in what I'm doing, because I go right back here to when I first started and when I first bought the guitar, the old Squire that Gary kindly let me buy off him cheap a while back. I told an awful lot of people, whether they were interested or not, that I knew that I was going to buy a bass guitar and I was now playing the bass, and they were politely interested or not politely interested, as the case may be. And the general theme of question was, okay, why and what are you going to do with it? Which is fair enough, of course. What was I going to do with it at the time? I had absolutely no idea. It just seemed something I wanted to do. I wanted to learn how to play it. But having got through the next few months after that, having got to a stage where I'd learnt the notes and started to suss out the fretboard and I could play one or two songs, my technique was awful. at the time. I wasn't really sure where I was going, if I was ever going to go anywhere with it other than just playing along to my MP3 through my headphones. And if that's where it was going to stay, then so be it. I was happy doing that. I started to get slightly better. I started taking the lessons because I did want to improve some more, and they have helped massively. Would recommend those to anybody. But the final piece in the jigsaw really is for it to mean something, for it to be classed as a success, possibly for want of a better word, you've really got to do more than just play along to your own MP3 player in your own room. And the best, even if you're not going to join a band, as people were saying to me when I first started, are you going to join a band then? And no, I wasn't, because I was a beginner and I'm not good enough to be in a band now, in my humble opinion. I'm miles better than I was 3 years ago, but I'm still not good enough, really. I'm not consistent enough. But it's an aim, and I guess that it's a fair question what people were asking. Are you going to join a band? And yes, of course, the answer is I would love to join a band if I consider myself to be good enough. But even if you're not actually going to be in a proper band, then just to actually play along with other people is a huge thing. And I think, again, taking these videos in consideration, I'm doing them because I hope they will help people who are in the same boat as me, as absolute starting from scratches. And if there is anybody out there watching these who's in that boat and is starting from scratch and has been watching a couple of these, then all I could say is, at the earliest possible opportunity, try and find yourself someone that you can play along with, even if you're just having a bit of a jam and just noodling along to a couple of things, because it will improve your playing no end. It's a great feeling as well, and it's enjoyable. And so it proved to be when me and Gary got together to do this track. It's really the first time I've consistently played with anybody else at all. I've had a couple of noodles with my teacher and a couple of other people, but this was the first time I've specifically gone to play with somebody to achieve something. And I don't mind admitting I was nervous about it, because you want to try and do your best, but equally I just loved it. And as I said to Gary afterwards, when we recorded the thing, it's a drug, and having done it, you want to do it again, quite simply. And I hope we can do it again at some point. I think we will, probably, maybe not in that format, but I think there'll be something else we do in the future somewhere along the line. And the other thing to say was that it's the first time I've played a guitar of that kind of value. I'm really incrementing now in the value of guitar that I'm playing. The Squier is a budget instrument. This one cost me about 350. Rickenbackers are at least 5 times what I paid for this. Even the one that Gary's acquired is a 2003 model. It's not brand spanking new, but it's in pristine condition, wonderful condition, and they cost an awful lot of money. So I was very interested to play it and find out where's the difference in this to that. I mean, the sound of the thing is amazing. It helps when you're shoving it through a 500 watt amp, of course. Absolutely amazing sound. I actually found it quite hard to play. I think it might need restringing. Was our we sort of looked at it afterwards, and Gary gave it a good look over, and he thought it might need restringing, which is maybe all the problem was. I found that the E on this, I found it an awful lot easier to play than on the Rick. But once just basically because I'd never been on another instrument, and even just swapping instruments takes a little bit of getting used to. And once I got used to it, I loved it, and I've had a couple of rides on it now, and I'll hope I have some more in the future. It is a great instrument to play and a wonderful sound. So if you ever get the chance to have a ride on something like a Rip, then grab it, because you will enjoy it. That's all. I'll leave that one there, folks. Do please give the 23.1 video a watch. The first 3 or 4 minutes is us actually playing the track. After that, it's both myself and Gary giving our opinions of what the guitar's about and the technical specifications of it. And I'll go away and try and think of some more developmental things that have been happening to me over the last 3 years and put those on for next Monday. So until that time, thank you very much as always for watching. Do please stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.